Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Progress with a video on an endgame of Rook versus Knight. In round 8 of the 2018 Candidates Tournament, this endgame arose in the game between the two Americans, Wesley So and So-Caruana. And in the live broadcast it was International Master Lawrence Trent who showed this position to Grandmaster Judit Polgar, saying that in this position only one move draws. Generally it's known that Rook versus Knight is an easy draw, and of course with the pieces in the middle of the board then it's much easier. This is a bad version for White with the king stuck in a corner and a knight on h3 on the side of the board, but it's still a draw. And Trent asked Polgar which move makes a draw here. There's really only 3 knight moves that are an option. It's either knight g1, knight f4 or knight g5. And Judit Polgar got it wrong. She didn't think about the position. Of course, if you give her 2 minutes in this position she will work it out and find the right solution, but her instinct was wrong. Her instinct said that knight g1 was the way to play, but that doesn't work. And why not? Because of king f2, and if you then play knight h3 check, then there is king g3, and we have a double threat. We're threatening to take the knight and we're threatening mate on a1. So saving the knight by playing it away, knight g5 for example, doesn't work because of checkmate on a1. And if after king g3 we go back with our knight, then there's a different checkmate, rook h2 mate. After knight g1, king f2, we can also play king h2. But that doesn't work either for White, because then Black plays the quiet move rook b2. Very nice move. If now we play knight h3 check again, then there is king f3 check. The rook is now giving check to the white king. King h1 and king g3, and we saw this position already. There's a threat of checkmate on b1 and the knight is threatened, and in case of knight g1 there is rook h2 checkmate again. So after rook b2 you cannot play knight h3 check, so king h1 is the only other option. But then rook b1, the knight is pinned, so you have to play king h2 and you lose your knight. Rook takes g1. So this shows that knight g1 on the first move is not the right option. It was Polgar's initial instinct, but she got that wrong. What about knight f4 on the first move? Well, that wins as well for Black, because of king f2. And if you go too far away with your knight, for example knight g6, there is king g3, and we get a checkmate on a1 again. If after king f2 you play knight h3, then we get a familiar position, king g3, the knight is threatened, and rook a1 checkmate is threatened. And if the knight goes to g1, there is rook h2 checkmate again. We saw that already. So after king f2 you can also play king h2, but then you lose your knight because of king f3 check. King is in check and the knight is hanging, and Black will win the knight and will win the game. So knight f4 does not work either. That only leaves one move, and that is indeed the right move in this position, to play knight h3 to g5, and that gives White a draw. Black now does not have the option to threaten checkmate and threaten the knight at the same time. The knight is out of reach of the king, and White will survive this position. The purpose of this video is not to explain how to draw with a knight against the rook. I really only wanted to show this position because it came up in the Candidates Tournament, and it was a super grandmaster who did not know this position, and now you know it. But of course, to give a full tutorial on how to draw with a knight against a rook that will require a lot of study from myself, and also the video will not be very entertaining because it's quite dry technical material. I just wanted to show this position, and now you know a little bit more about rook versus knight and what can happen. It definitely is not always an easy draw. So we dipped our toe in this rook versus knight endgame, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and please subscribe to the Chess to Progress channel. Please leave a comment, and if you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media. You also may want to check out my Chess to Impress channel. The link is in the description box. I'm doing daily videos there on the Candidates Tournament 2018. This is Rick for Chess to Progress. Thank you for watching.